The Rescue 2021, a true story of courage and survival. In 2018, the world was gripped by the story of 12 young boys and their soccer coach trapped in a flooded cave in Thailand. The Rescue 2021, a National Geographic documentary directed by Jimmy Chin and Elizabeth Chivas-Arheli chronicles this real-life mission of impossible odds, international teamwork, and human resilience. This is the full story behind the rescue that amazed the world. In Chiang Rai Province, northern Thailand, lies the Tham Luang Nang Nong cave, a massive and complex limestone system over 10 kilometers long. On June 23, 2018, 12 boys, aged between 11 and 16, members of the Wild Boars soccer team, ventured inside with their assistant coach for a post-practice exploration. What started as an innocent adventure turned into a life-or-death struggle. As they explored deeper into the cave, heavy monsoon rains began to fall unexpectedly early. Within hours, floodwaters surged through the narrow passages, cutting off their exit and trapping the team more than 4 kilometers inside. When the team failed to return home, alarmed parents contacted authorities. Thai Navy SEALs launched an immediate search, but the cave's narrow passages, murky water, and strong currents made diving extremely hazardous. Time was critical. Oxygen levels were falling. Flooding continued, and no one knew if the boys were even alive. As days passed, international help began pouring in. Divers, engineers, and volunteers from over 20 countries arrived. The world watched with bated breath. Enter Rick Stanton and John Valanthan, to British civilian cave diving specialists with decades of experience in tight, flooded tunnels. These men weren't military. They were hobbyist amateur explorers driven by curiosity and precision. On July 2nd, after 9 days of searching, Rick and John made a breakthrough. Winding through pitch-dark water-filled passages, they surfaced into an air pocket and found all 13 members of the team alive, huddled together on a small rocky ledge. The world rejoiced, but now came the harder part, getting them out. The exit route was flooded, narrow, and treacherous. Most of the boys couldn't swim. Teaching them to dive would take weeks they didn't have. Waiting for floodwaters to recede could mean death from oxygen deprivation. A radical plan emerged: sedate the boys, fully mask them, and carry them out unconscious through the flooded cave. One mistake could mean death, but it was the only option. Australian cave diver and anesthetist Dr. Richard Harris was flown in. After much hesitation, he agreed to the risky sedation plan. Each child would be injected with ketamine, given anti-anxiety medication, and fitted with full-face diving masks. If a mask slipped or the airway blocked, the child could drown unnoticed. The team rehearsed every step. It would take hours to extract each boy, and it would have to be repeated 13 times. On July 8, 2018, the operation began. Each boy was sedated, suited up, and carried underwater by divers through the twisted maze. The journey was physically and mentally draining, up to 6 hours per trip. Day by day, they brought them out 4 on the first day, 4 on the second, and the remaining 5 on the third, including the coach. The operation was not without tragedy. Thai Navy SEAL Saman Kunan died while placing oxygen tanks inside the cave. His courage underscored the mission's risks. Later, another SEAL, Beirut Pakbara, died from an infection contracted during the mission. Their sacrifices became symbols of bravery in the face of overwhelming danger. By July 10th, all 13 were safe. The mission, once called impossible, had succeeded. Around the world, headlines declared it a miracle. The team was celebrated as heroes. Thailand honored them with royal medals. The boys and coach received therapy and returned to public life with dignity. The Thai government later turned the cave area into a memorial and museum, educating visitors about courage, sacrifice, and international unity. The Rescue 2021 uses real cave footage, reenactments, and first-person interviews to take the viewer inside the cave. The documentary doesn't show the boys directly, respecting their privacy. Instead, it focuses on the rescuers, their fears, frustrations, and determination. Directors Chin and Vas-Arheli craft a gripping narrative that plays like a thriller. Even though we know the outcome, critics praised the rescue for its tension, technical depth, and emotional storytelling. It won numerous awards, including a BAFTA for Best Documentary, and received universal acclaim for its direction and editing. The documentary serves not just as a recounting of a rescue but as a testament to the best of humanity under pressure. The Thai cave rescue wasn't just a local story, it was a global moment of unity. Engineers from Elon Musk's team offered solutions. Volunteers from the UK, Australia, the US, China, and more worked side by side. Buddhist monks prayed while military helicopters hovered. It showed that in moments of crisis, people from vastly different cultures can come together for a single, noble goal. The rescue teaches us that courage isn't loud, it's focused, silent, and careful. It shows the power of collaboration, the brilliance of problem-solving under pressure, and the selflessness of those who risk their lives for others. It reminds us that even in the darkest tunnels there is always a way out. This was the Rescue 2021, not just a story of saving lives, but of saving hope itself. If you found this story moving, share it. And remember, true heroes are often found in the most unexpected places.